Vato Perro with another Marvel Legends review. This time on the Captain America, the Winter Soldier from the new movie. And we're just going to quickly go over the packaging. And we're just going to take him out of the way really quickly. He does come with the left leg to the Mandroid, as you can see right there. So you can complete him. The same picture of Captain America on the side. In the back we get the picture of the prototype with his read-up. A mysterious shadow from Steve Rogers' past returns to haunt his present. Only time will tell if the Winter Soldier's friend or foe. And just the entire line at the bottom. Now let's get back to the Winter Soldier. He is extremely awesome, but yet he doesn't come with as many accessories as his Captain America from the movie. And he does come with two, but I'm really only going to count one because one of them is actually pretty dumb looking. But he does come with his Bucky Barnes unmasked head with his black makeup or burns. I'm not really sure what that is. I haven't even really seen the movie, which I guess is supposed to emulate his mask, just like in the Arrow TV show. And I kind of do wish what they would have done is in the movie we do see him sometimes. He doesn't have the little glasses parts, these things right here, and he just has the mask, and I think that looks really awesome because you get more like a kind of like how Bane's expressions were in The Dark Knight Rises. They really accentuate his manners in the movie, so maybe they would have added like a detachable part for his mouth. Maybe that would have been really awesome and you would have still had this, but just it's still pretty cool. And let's have the same exact hair sculpt as that one right there, and we'll get to that one in detail. And his other accessory is this rifle gun, which is painted with this really bright red. Well, honestly, I think it would have been a really good accessory if it had been painted a gray or a metallic gray, a little bit more realistic gun. I mean, maybe it can be used for maybe a Red Skull, but other than that, I think it looks pretty goofy. But back to the figure itself, but it does look pretty realistic compared to he looks exactly just like the movie. And I have heard Anthony's Custom say he looks a bit too thin, which I can probably agree with. But he does have a presence to him. He does look pretty menacing if I were to see him in real life. But from whatever I see in the trailers, I would literally be terrified of this guy. But it does look really good. Back to the head sculpt, he does have this mouth guard thingy that looks really good. It kind of does have a lot of really good, nice sculpt detail in between it, where you could tell he would breathe through it. A lot of it, where the strap's going down the side of his mouth and the side of his face, I guess. No rear ears are sculpted, it's just covered by hair. His glasses are really nice, or goggles. Really dark black in between, it looks really shiny. We do have kind of like a brown in between the black areas right here. Looks really nice. As far as I can tell, I don't know if there's any real paint shading in between. I think it's just a really basic brown from what I can tell. If there is, I can't really see it, or it's really minor. For the rest of his outfit, I think it's close to the comics enough. I don't have the Winter Soldier from the previous 2-pack from Marvel Legends to compare it to, but I think this is a really good representation of what the comic book counterpart should look like. It does have these really nice extra accessories. Well, not accessories, but extra ammo on the side of his wrist or his forearm, whatever this is. I'm pretty sure it has something to do with killing people. It looks like a deadly pen or something. I like all the nice stitching in between it. It does have a really nice black shading or black wash in between it all, but it doesn't really look as deep on the chest section. It has a lot of straps on it as well, a lot of buckles and buttons on it, and this part is loose. You can't take it off, but I'm not going to. It does have these silver studs or straps, but the studs are not painted. I really like this arm. The bionic arm looks really awesome, and I really like how they painted this glove really shiny, and it all comes out really nice and unsloppy, which I'm really happy with. It has all these rivets and these sculpt details going into the arm and on the side. The Soviet star looks really nice. Wish it was sculpted, but at least it's there. Really nice black wash as well. The back, again, not too much shading as much as the arm, though it doesn't look too much out of place. The pants are sculpted. There's a lot of really nice texture in between it, and this thing, the belt is nice, but then this thing is really hollow, and let's have some extra knives in there, as well as the back. It has this extra knife, which doesn't really bother me. I do have extra knives that I can have on the figure itself. And the pants and the knee pads look really good, and the boots. But it doesn't have any paint detail on the boots, which is kind of disappointing, since I guess they could have added some extra paint on there. For his articulation, he does have a hinge on his head, which is really tight. Oh, snap. Alright, so too much force moving again will cause it to come off, and it looks up decent enough. And he does have this really nice sweater underneath. I didn't know that. Alright, so his arms go out that much on the really ratchet joints. They go forward all the way around. They have bicep swivel, double jointed elbows right there. No forearm. He has a wrist that moves in and out enough. I guess maybe the cuffs on the sleeves kind of prevent it. Afterwards, it goes in pretty far in, not far back. Not sure why. Something had to do with the sculpting back here. He does have a waist swivel, which actually is pretty ratchet. It kind of clicks at some points. He does have legs that go in that far and out that far. Thigh articulation. He has a double jointed knees right there. No calf rotation, which kind of sucks, because at some points when you stand him up straight, it looks like his legs are like caving in. I don't know how to describe it. And it does have a boot rotation. Goes boot rotation. Ankles move up and down. He does have an ankle rocker. So pretty good articulation. Probably can't get him a lot of poses, except anything involves him moving back. Really can't do that. We'll just get him into a size comparison. Can't talk today. To a size comparison with Captain America, which I have reviewed. If you're interested, you can go check that out, or somebody else's. So that's the size comparison. I think they're around the same height from what I can tell on the camera. Yep, I think Winter Soldier might be just a bit taller. I was going to compare him to the Marvel Now Captain America. Maybe if you want to have him in like a comic book display rather than the movie. And they look decent. I think this Captain America is a bit shorter actually. But yeah, that was my review on the Winter Soldier. I absolutely recommend it. If you actually enjoy him from the movie, I really enjoy his look from the movie. I think it's really good. And I think the comic book 2-pack one is pretty expensive. I haven't really checked, but that's what I'm guessing. So if you get a chance to find him, I would recommend you buy him. He is worth it. Hopefully there is still the sale for $17, since this is how much I paid for him. So this has been my review. I would give this figure a solid 8.5. You know what? Nah. I'm going to give him a 9. He's pretty good. He has a really good presence to him. He's extremely awesome. Really nice paints. Really happy with what Hasbro's been doing with his line. And please stay tuned for more reviews and stop motions from Gato Perro.